Hello human beings, my name is Aiden, and I am known as Power Gamer, and I'd like to invite you on my quest to conquer video games. But I figured I should take a look back and see how the game holds up today, since the series is approaching its 10-year anniversary. Yeah, that's right, this game turns 10 years old next month. After all, the series did celebrate its 30th anniversary this year, so in honor of the recent release of Metroid Dread for the Switch, and in celebration of the series' 35th anniversary, I decided it was finally time I play the first game in the series. And this game is still pretty well acclaimed to this day, so in honor of the series' 35th anniversary, God, there are a lot of anniversaries this year. I'm looking over the original today. This is completely new territory for me, as I have never played a Pikmin game before. But holidays are all about trying new things, and it is the series' 20th anniversary. Okay, seriously, how many series anniversaries are there this year? Jesus Christ. And since this year is the series' 25th anniversary, I swear this is unintentional. So while I have played this game before, I didn't play that much of it. But I think it's time I finally do, since this year marks the series' 20th anniversary. Why does this keep happening to me? They also decided to redesign the character, and yeah, old school Spyro fans were not happy with this new design. Personally, I think it's fine. I do prefer the original look of Spyro, but I think this one is alright. If you ask me, I think the Legends design is worse. Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and I've been getting kind of lonely lately, maybe because no one likes me. So I'm gonna call some people up for an old-fashioned shindig.
911, what's your emergency?
Want to play Mario Kart?
There's a bunch of bananas in the courses, and, say it with me now,
Collecting 100 of them gives you an extra life! Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and have you ever seen something so bad you wonder what motivated it to come into existence? You question the meaning of life, and wonder what the point of even going on is, knowing that you live in the same plane of existence as it. Something that sends you on a journey, that changes you, not for the better, but for the worse. Something that makes you completely unable to see the world in a positive way ever again, because the universe created this unholy being and spawned it onto all living things. I haven't, but I really hate Bubsy. He went through a few more design tweaks, including color changes and some ideas to flesh out his character. This included putting him in a rock band, giving him fangs, and even giving him a human girlfriend. Those are certainly some weird ideas. I mean, can you imagine them doing any of that?
Hello, I'm Harold Henderson and welcome back to Cliche Phrases. It's getting closer and it all comes down to this final question, which is, what phrase is often used to describe the second entry into a long-running fantasy series? Contestant number 1.
It's about the journey, not the destination?
Oh, sorry, that's not correct. Contestant number 2. Nope, that's not correct either. Contestant number 3!
Zelda 2 is often considered the black sheep of the Zelda series?
That's correct! Congratulations! You are a winner, and you get to take home the grand prize!
Awesome! What do I win?
A copy of Zelda 2!
Hello human beings, Power Gamer here. I guess I'm playing Zelda 2. And the secret blocks are not appreciated. The castles all end with Bowser fights, and they're exactly the same as the last game. Get past him and use the axe only to find a toad. If you say that one more time, I'm going to make you into mushroom soup. You start with only one Pikmin, but you get more by having them grab either these round things or defeated enemies and bringing them back to the onion. Yes, you literally grow Pikmin from the corpses of your enemies.
We get this cool shot of Mario and Kirby staring each other down before they clash, a brief glimpse of the 4 unlockable characters before being reminded of what game we're playing.
Now that's what I call an intro.
One of the biggest changes is the controls, more specifically, the jumping physics. Crash's jump was really floaty in the original, and it was kind of awkward. Here, it's a lot faster, which helps make it feel a lot more natural. The only downside, though, is that the game's levels were designed with the original jumping physics in mind, so some stages are actually harder than they were before because you have to be more precise. You have to hold down the button more to ensure you cross larger jumps, and in some cases you can slip off a platform because you just barely missed it. This was pretty controversial when the game first came out because many people were upset about how much harder it was, to the point where people were literally calling it the Dark Souls of platformers, because as we all know, Dark Souls is the only game that's ever been hard. But he's apparently injured his leg, so you have to push him in a minecart. There's no enemies you have to fight, so really this is just pointless. Once you get back, you slap the crucible into the core and find out Diggs is suddenly all better. Yeah, sure, you were greatly injured, you lazy piece of crap. God, this game just has no mercy. Really? Really? Here you have these platforms that open before you can react. Moments where you just barely scrape a hazard and take damage. Drowning because the bubble appeared a second too late. And look at this right here. Get out of the bumpers. Out of the bumpers. Get out. Get on the platform. Get on it. Get on the freaking platform. How was I supposed to get through that without getting hit? How? And what the hell happened there? Oh, come on, again? All right, I just need some air. Oh, come on! Each element has 4 Skylanders, giving a total of 32 playable characters.
Spyro, Double Trouble, Wrecking Ball, Voodoo, Bash, Dynarang, Prism Break, Terrafin, Slam Bam, Zap, Whampshell, Gilgrunt, Igniter, Sunburn, Flameslayer, Eruptor, Boomer, Drill Sergeant, Drobot, Trigger Happy, Hex, Cinder, Chop Chop, Ghost Ruster, Whirlwind, Tornado, Sonic Boom, Lightning Rod, Camo, Stump Smash, Zook, and Stealth Elf.
Bowser has also kidnapped several Mushroom Kingdom citizens known as Toads and has placed some of them in his castle, and apparently also turned others into blocks. The same blocks you see all over the game, and Mario regularly breaks with his hand.
So apparently Mario commits murder every time he breaks a block. Learn something new every day. Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, conquering the world one game at a time, and lately I've been smelling lots of blood, gravestones are popping up everywhere, and everyone has dead bodies in their front yard. So that can only mean one thing. Halloween is here, baby. A time of fear, pumpkins, and murder. And speaking of fear, I thought to myself, what could be more scary than aliens? Well, I could think of a number of things, but eventually I decided on being alone with aliens. So, in celebration of scary time, I'm playing Metroid.
Gotta say, I thought you'd last longer.
Huh, that's what my last Tinder date said.
And bam, he's down. Credits start to roll, and wait. What? Yep, this is just a fake out. He then starts jumping at you and oh, come on! Well, I'll just try it again and...
Oh great, if you die in the second half, you have to start the whole fight all over again. I love it when games do that.
There's also the odd occasion where things like that can happen. And then there's those few times where damage is unavoidable because of stuff you can't see coming. How was I supposed to avoid that? But you also need to make sure you find the silver arrows. Otherwise, you literally can't beat the game. The silver arrows are the only thing that can take out Ganon. And the only thing that tells you in the game is this hint from an old man in Dungeon 5 that is not helpful. It shouldn't say secret power lies in the arrow. It should say find the silver arrow in the last dungeon, otherwise you literally can't beat Ganon.
Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and I'm about to go on an epic adventure across the land.
One adventure later.
That didn't go very well. Lots of blood, sweat, monsters, chickens, it was awful. I think I should just stay here and play some Zelda instead.
If you can actually make it through this hellhole, you finally come face to face with Ganon. He disappears and shoots fireballs at you. You have to use the fireballs to guess where he is, and hit him with your sword 4 times before using the silver arrows to finish him off. It's not that hard, but for the love of God, do not die, or you go all the way back to the entrance.
Come on, come on. I already used my potions, I'm down to 1 heart. I'm gonna die, I'm about to die. Alright, come on, don't hit me, yeah. Alright, there we go, silver arrows, and did I win? Yes, I won! With only 1 heart left. Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and apparently adding a sidekick is a great way to stay relevant, so everyone please give a warm welcome to my new friend, Titulist. Oh, right. He goes by T for short.
No joking, Kraid's lair alone lasted me around 2 hours, and I seriously wanted to stop playing because of how unfair it was. The beginning of Metroid is honestly one of the worst openings to any game I have ever played. Oh yeah, there's blocks you have to destroy to progress, and they look exactly the same as the other ones. There's also fake walls and floors you have to go through. Did I mention this game is miserable without a guide? So after many attempts, I made it to the second phase again, and are you freaking kidding me? Okay, 3rd time's the charm. Duck, jump, duck, run, jump, duck, run. Oh no, jump! Yes! Take that, you reptilian freak! And now the game's over, for real this time. And the final mode is online mode, which is just online multiplayer. Okay, looks like no one's playing it anymore. Oh well. And you see that big gray square in the top left corner? That is your map. And no, it doesn't get filled out as you go along. It stays like that for the whole game. All of these minigames require one Wii remote, so you could easily play this all by yourself. But don't bother, because this is one of the dullest video game experiences I have ever had. There's just nothing to these minigames. They just require you to flick the Wii remote, point and shoot, constantly rotate, and other simple stuff like that. Unless you and your friends want a drinking game and you have literally nothing else to play, don't bother with party mode. Every minigame is simple and boring.
Hey, I think it sounds like fun. We should play it together.
Okay, here.
On second thought, I'm good.
Yeah, playing Smash Brothers is like dating. You could do it alone, but it just feels kinda sad. Unfortunately, T's busy and 911 stopped taking my calls, so I'm gonna need to find help elsewhere. I've got it! Alright, I got everything set up in this new location. Now we just need to wait.
So I heard you need help getting smashed?
Uh-huh, I got the N64 set up and everything.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
Are you Power Gamer 310?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Vanessa, and I'm a representative for the Smash Brothers company.
Oh, you saw my flyer?
No, I've been receiving multiple complaints about improper Smash Brothers events, so I came here to help.
Well, Smash Brothers is like dating. The more the merrier. Alright, let's do this.
Hold on, we can't have a proper Smash Brothers match without 4 players here.
Well, he's the only one that answered my flyer. Where are we gonna get a 4th player?
This is a robbery.
Oh, that'll work. Dear Player 4, come on in.
What?
Come on in.
What?
So, after a lot of work and many reloaded saves, I finally reached day 30 with only 2 pieces remaining. First I took out the spider, and now there's only 1 piece left. I'm taking 100 blue Pikmin and bringing them out into the water. Don't let them get squished. Attack! 1 down, 1 left. Avoid his landing. Attack! Oh, no, wait! And just like that, over 50 Pikmin gone in a second. Well, he's dead. Now I just need to grab the last required piece, and are you kidding me? I would have had enough if it wasn't for this jackass. Alright, fine, I'll just use his body and the circle to grab some more. Bring them to the onion, get some more Pikmin, grab the piece. Oh crap, I'm running out of time. Come on, move it! No, don't take the long way, take the short way! Oh crap, it's the final countdown. Get to the ship, get to the ship, yes! I just made it. Arl also has some interesting interactions.
Finally, you and I are going to score together.
Oh, is it that kind of game?
No, she's mine. I will have my way with her first.
Looks that way.
It's my turn with her.
Yeah, this is weird. Let's hope Ringo's interactions are better.
Can I open you up and look inside?
Next is the scary coaster, and it is easily the worst part of the entire game. You have to ride on a roller coaster and jump at the right time to avoid these barriers. The problem is you have little to no warning of when one will appear. So you have to either take a guess or spam the jump button and hope the timing works out. You have to time it perfectly or else you take a hit. And there were a few moments where I pressed the button in time only for nothing to happen. I got more game overs in this part alone than the entire rest of the game. Screw this. After that nightmare, you have to go through this haunted mansion. Inside, you capture some more monkeys, fight off ghosts, and rescue Natalie. Alright, just gotta take the coaster back up. Oh, I screwed that up. Wait, what's happening? What's going on? What are you? No, I don't wanna, no! Okay, I'm back. Seriously, screw this coaster. This game is just one hazard after another, and almost all of them kill you instantly. Gaps that require full force to jump across, enemies that barely give you space to jump on them, super strict button timing and momentum use, and way too many jumps where you only have 1 shot.
And you wonder why I'm using save states.
The game received a decent amount of praise from critics, but it sold very poorly, especially in North America. And you wanna know why? Every time I see this box art, I can't help but laugh. It's terrible. So the game begins, and the story is told to us via this image screen, which is horribly grammatically incorrect. Prince, darkness, Triforce, with power. Yeah, this is bad. Gotta love NES game translations.
Super Mario Kart has aged horribly. The controls are awkward, the track variety is limited, and the Grand Prix is a miserable slog that drove me to my breaking point. And a decent battle mode is not enough to make up for it. This might be controversial, but I don't care. I think this game is bad.
I do not recommend playing this game for any reason. I normally say I'm glad I got to see how a long-running series got its start, but this is an example where that is not the case. I wanted to like this game. I really did. But it just ended up making me angry more than anything else. If you like it, that's great, but I'm not going to play it with you if you give me the offer. There were multiple moments where I just wanted to stop playing. I'm grateful that this game exists, but I never want to play it again.
I love the Mario Kart series, but unfortunately I have to admit, I think the first game stinks. It's sad, but I guess you come to those kinds of realizations when you spend your time playing video games in a box. Hang on one second. Hey, watch it! Jackass. Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and you know, I have no idea what I should play today.
I have a suggestion.
Oh hey, it's Fabio, the pig that's been sitting on my desk this whole time. What should I play, Fabio?
How about a Sonic game?
Sounds good. Alright, next up on the list is Sonic CD.
No, not that one.
Oh, okay, should I jump ahead to Sonic Adventure?
No.
Well then which one should I play?
This one.
Sonic and the Secret Rings? But don't people hate this game?
Yes, that's why you should play it. You might be able to prove them wrong.
I don't know about this.
Would you rather play Bubsy instead?
Sonic and the Secret Rings.
There are a couple of sound clips ripped right from the movies, though, like Han's famous... and the iconic Wilhelm scream. But there is one iconic sound clip that the game is missing. These things in particular can just piss off. They can gobble down an entire army in seconds. This one literally ate 32 of my Pikmin. Despite this, the game managed to get a sequel released on the same consoles, another sequel released on the Atari Jaguar for some reason, and take it away, take it away, take it away, take it away, take it away. As I said before, pretty much everyone has bashed the series at one point or another, but I have a personal hatred for this Bobcat bastard. I've hated the series ever since I found out about it, and it only got worse when I finally played it for myself. But I never got very far in the game, so who knows, maybe it actually gets better as it goes along. I highly doubt it, but sadly there's only one way to know for sure. Either way, it's time I finally face this game head on.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'm not gonna make that joke. Everybody makes that joke.
Oh my god! That is one of the worst translations I have ever seen! This wasn't translated for the original NES, why is it so bad? Oh my god, that is gold. Oh, that's gold. Your character is a descendant of Erdrick, a great hero who saved the land many years ago and blessed it with a magical relic known as the Sphere of Light. The evil Dragon Lord has stolen the sphere, and the king tasks you with stopping him. Nah, I'm just gonna go stand in the corner. It's nice. Alright, fine. Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and ever since the creation of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, humanity has been obsessed with combining things. So I decided to contribute. I combined a banana with ketchup, orange juice with cranberry juice, a pen with a pencil, and now I'm gonna combine a gasoline tank with fire. I should have just combined two puzzle games instead. Here and say, you look like a fine fella who wants to have fun. Are you in the mood for some excitement? Looking for a game that will delight you while simultaneously kicking you in the keister? Well, you're in luck, because today we're taking a look at the interactive electronic application known as Cuphead. Cuphead, the little indie game that could. This ambitious little title was a huge process that went through a lot of hardships, but if our country knows anything, it's that those who struggle will come out on top. So it's time to see what this little passion project went through. And to any of you who say I'm not good enough to beat this game because I've been using save states and the rewind button, watch this.
How's that for you?
After fighting him, they meet this witch. Screw this witch. It took me 7 tries to finally beat her. Yeah, one of these letters should be changed. The combat isn't amazing, but it can be pretty fun. It can also get really intense, especially moments where there's tons of enemies to deal with.
Honestly, I'm just wondering where they all came from.
You fight hundreds of enemies in this game, and remember, it mostly takes place on a single island. Where did Gabriel get all these people? Did he place a wanted ad or something? And then you make your way down to the morgue. And here you see Gordon is killed. Wow. Harsh. So now you have to track down his killer, and in these bags you find...
Father, you should have stood up to him, son. Like a man. Mom?
Help us, Bruce. Don't let us die.
X is the one who's been merging the dimensions. Why did he do this exactly? He was sad.
I was sad. I was sad I was alone. I was sad I'd been forgotten.
Join the club, buddy. Also, I'm playing the Wii version of this game, so you know what that means. Pointless motion controls!
Yep, the Wii version is filled with a bunch of motion-based actions. You throw bombs by swinging the remote. The game tells you to push the Wii remote forward to insert a key, but you can just flick it and it does the same thing. And you open presents and treasure chests by shaking the Wii remote, which is annoying.
Puyo Puyo Tetris is a really fun game. If you're a fan of either puzzle series, I'd highly recommend giving this game a shot. And hey, maybe you'll find an appreciation for the other one. That's the beauty of combining things. I should really be more careful about what I combine though, so I'm just gonna keep it simple with butter and olive oil. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, come on! You gotta be kidding me!
Finally, we have the lion and...
Oh crap, I'm late for my eating class! Well, I just died, so I'll save the game, turn it off, and come back to it later.
1 class later.
Well, that was certainly insightful, and I got this free glass of cranberry juice. What the hell? Where'd my save file go?
I turned the game off for a few hours, and now my save file is just gone? It worked before, why did it disappear?
Well, I guess you have to deal with that when playing a 35-year-old game. So now what do? Play the whole game all over again?
Okay, I'm back to where I was. You can summon a swarm of Beedrill, a Snorlax that comes crashing down, or a Goldeen that just flops around doing nothing.
Wouldn't it be better if that was a Magikarp?
Please do not question the game.
But you wanna know what I hate most about this game? It's not that the camera is too close to you, it's not the awful controls, it's not even the one-hit deaths. It's Mother Bubsy himself. I hate this son of a bitch. This also adds a lot of replay value since you can try new routes to make the game easier or harder and try to figure out who's weak to what weapon. Or you can be like me and just look up the weaknesses online.
What? I've got stuff to do. I don't have time to figure this out on my own.
Look at how fast this is. Imagine something like that in real life. We also get this lovely image of him bobbing his eyebrows. Hog Wild. This level has Crash hijack a pig and ride it through this village. He also seems to be giving Dr. Wily a run for his money. Welp, on to the Wily stages. Wily bobs his eyebrows again.
I told you the head isn't scary enough.
In God's sake, turn this off!
You see how I was able to hit that? That takes years of practice and skill.
Well, yes and no. Yes, I said that I did, but no, I really didn't.
I hope I don't get seasick.
You're a fish.
And because of that, these games are plentiful, and they're dirt cheap. Seriously, you can get a whole box of just Mario Duck Hunt cartridges for like 30 bucks. They're absolutely everywhere. You can make furniture out of these things. But not me personally, I prefer to use Wii Music, as I want to give it some purpose.
Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and... it's Christmas! Easily my favorite time of the year, the time of joy, friendship, and capitalism. My 3 favorite things, and nothing says 'tis the season like Pikmin. Look, there's not that many Christmas games out there, alright? This is the best I can do. Hello human beings, Power Gamer here. A herd of monkeys have escaped from the zoo! Get back here, you little bleeders! That was rough. Who knew catching a bunch of monkeys on the loose would be so insane?
He does easily have the best death sound in the game, though. And if you get a game over, you're sent back to Hyrule Temple. Every single time. Even if you were in a palace, you have to go all the way back to wherever you were. This is miserable.
Metroid isn't a terrible game, but I think you have better options if you're looking to get into the series. I feel like this is something that should only be played for curiosity's sake. Oh, great, now aliens are trying to abduct me. I guess they're upset that I said Metroid isn't that good. Don't worry, I've dealt with aliens before. They're more scared of you than you are of them. I'll just go out and talk to them, I'm sure I'll be fine.
One abduction later.
My brain feels funny. Oh, hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and don't mind me, I'm just currently testing a machine that will allow me to send messages to space. Watch! Suckers. It's crazy the kind of things that you can see from space. Antarctica, the Great Wall of China, Mario's face in that one commercial for Super Mario Bros. 3, it's a marvel.
You also need to talk to people in order to progress, either because they'll point you in the right direction, or certain events won't happen unless you speak to the correct person.
It's best if you just talk to every person you see. The opposite of what I do in real life.
And then we get to this part. This part, right here, is the worst part of the entire game. You have to jump to higher platforms and kill the enemies that shoot at you without getting hit. It's a nightmare. It is so hard to get the timing down perfectly, and it is complete and utter bullshit. I literally got to this part with 8 lives left, and I lost all of them on the first enemy alone. Fuck this part, fuck this level, and fuck this game!
So next you need to go to the Archean Armory, and whatever you do, make sure you say yes when he asks you if you want to go there. If you say no, you cannot continue and have to restart the whole game. Why? Because there's a glitch that makes it so that if you don't go directly from Quicksilver Vault to Archean Armory, the Weapon Master goes back to not moving and you can't talk to him, so that means you can't continue. How do I know this?
This is my brother and I's original save file from when I was a kid. We didn't play the next level immediately, and now he's stuck like this. See, look, Quicksilver Vault is the last level we beat. It says, talk to the Weapon Master, but I can't talk to the Weapon Master. We had to start the whole game all over again, and we were pissed. Apparently, this is only a problem with the Wii version, and the other versions don't have this issue, but this is still really freaking awful.
So, since there's no in-game map, the only way you'll really know where you're going is to get out a piece of paper and write down your own map, or just get one online.
Yeah, this game is pretty much asking for you to use a walkthrough. Don't believe me? If you wait on the title screen long enough, you literally get this message that says look up the manual for instructions. And I don't have the manual, so... Robot Guard Zed. Sorry, my fellow Americans. He's also apparently S's papa. One of my favorite things about this game, though, is the varied camera angles. It really helps the game feel more grand and cinematic, like you're playing a movie, only here the heroes are actually affected when they're next to an explosion. This also adds some sheep to the hub world, which you can abuse to your will. You can soak them, zap them, burn them, and my personal favorite, squish them. Don't worry, they're fine. You can even make your own custom character in the hub world. You can only use them in free play mode, but it's still really cool, and it's a pretty in-depth character creator. You can change the head, face, body, weapon, even arm and hand colors. And this is what I came up with. Everyone, meet the most powerful Jedi who has ever lived. V Toppy 52. There's also the Superstar, which makes you completely invincible and you become a walking path of death. Nothing can stop me now. I am the Lord of Destruction! Rats. It's good that it gives you a new gadget, because in order to get the true ending, you need to complete the game 100%.
Alright, give me a minute.
And bam! That's the last one. fun. I select the Grand Prix, and we have to choose one of 8 characters to play as. Mario, Peach, Bowser, Koopa Troopa, Luigi, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, and Toad. The standard Mario Kart roster. There's just one little thing. That's not Donkey Kong, it's Donkey Kong Jr. Yeah, the one from the arcade game. Kind of an odd choice. This game did come out before Donkey Kong Country, so this is before Donkey Kong had the design we're more familiar with, but I still think they could have made a better choice. And apparently the developers agree, because this is the only Mario Kart game Donkey Kong Jr. has ever been in. He showed up in the first game and has been on the milk cartons ever since.
Brace yourselves, everyone, because we're about to dive right into this plot. In the magical land of the Inkwell Isles, Cuphead and his brother Mugman are 2 mischievous little fellas under the watchful eye of the wise Elder Kettle. These 2 boys just have a knack for getting into trouble, though, and they wind up in the forbidden fortress of fear known as the Devil's Casino. They go on a winning streak, but all fun and games come to a stop when they come face to face with the dark, dirty, dastardly devil. He promises them a bet where they can win untold riches or lose their souls, and Cuphead gets too carried away. Oh no, they've lost!
While the single-player mode is lacking, this is one of the most hectic and fun multiplayer games ever made. It is just pure chaos, seeing all the different attacks causing explosions and sending everyone flying. It honestly gets kind of confusing when there's more people playing because you can lose which character you are.
Wait, I thought I was you for a second.
That's the oldest excuse in the book.
You know, you're being a bit rude for someone that we invited in to play Smash.
I'm robbing you!
Yeah, robbing me of winning.
And I think it's cool how your turret shoots a different projectile depending on the element of the Skylander you're using. From fireballs to gears, rocks, and watermelons. What the hell? And I think the developers thought they were being too nice with that. So to make up for it, they included one of the most infuriating game over screens in video game history.
Okay, that's just mean. It feels like the game is mocking me. This looks like one of those sad animal commercials.
In the arms of an angel. Once you get enough spores, make your way back to the entrance and...
Yes, I can.
Then the game suddenly turns into Crash Bandicoot.
Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and I just got back from raiding an ancient temple. Unfortunately, the only thing they had was a bag of sand. There has to be some way I can find ancient treasures. I've got it! Something feels wrong here.
The early parts of the game can be really slow, since if you want to stand a chance, you have to grind. What's grinding, you ask? It's running around and fighting enemies to get stronger, and it's not fun or engaging, it's boring. Oh, come on! You know what? Screw this. I'm going back to the corner. Much better. The soundtrack of the game is memorable for the wrong reason. The songs aren't very catchy or enjoyable, you just hear them constantly. Every area only has one song and it's used for every mission. And I swear to God, if I ever hear the main theme of the game, 7 Rings in Hand, again, I'm gonna snap. You hear it every single time you select a mission.
Come on, it can't be that bad, can it?
Yes, it can, because it also plays every time you finish a mission, whether or not you succeed or fail. It even plays when you select the game on the home menu.
Then Gabriel's assistant, Navarro, tells him to open the statue, which curses him, turning him into an abomination, which Navarro then kills.
Navarro has actually been around since we met Gabriel. I just never felt the need to mention him, because he literally doesn't come into the plot at all until right now. LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga is tons of fun, regardless of whether or not you're a Star Wars fan. If you have a weekend to kill, grab a friend and give it a run through. I can guarantee you'll have a fun time. But for now, I'm pretty exhausted, so I'm just gonna relax with a nice drink.
Every level opens with him giving some terrible quip, and none of them are even remotely funny.
More like a bridge too short. Doesn't that be fearless? Uh-oh. Well, it worked for Clint.
Hell, some of them don't even make sense.
Hey, I thought I saw Elvis back there.
Well, I've beaten the game, but I haven't fully conquered it yet. For that, I need this. This is the Mega Jewel, a magical relic, and I can grow its power through video games. What? It makes sense. Here, let me show you. Game conquered.
It's on the Wii Virtual Console, okay, that's not really an option anymore, the Wii U Virtual Console, the 3DS Virtual Console, the Nintendo Switch Online Service, the NES Classic Edition, and the Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. There's also the remaster and the Super Mario All-Stars collection, which is on the SNES, the Wii, and the Switch Online service. Check the closet, there's probably another version of Super Mario Bros. In there.
Donkey Kong Country is an awesome game. It's creative, fun, and provides a tough but fair challenge, most of the time. If you have a Wii U or a Switch, I'd highly recommend giving this game a shot. It's definitely worth it. Just be ready for the challenge ahead. In the meantime, I'm finally going to pursue my lifelong dream of living in the forest like a monkey.
Well, this stinks. So an American developer named Mark Cerny established an American branch of Sega called Sega Technical Institute, or STI. How the hell did nobody see any issues with that name? Cerny went to visit Yuji Naka in Japan, and after listening to his issues, convinced him to join STI. I'm sorry, I can't believe nobody noticed that. After this incredibly simple puzzle, you open up this gate, and oh my god, what the hell is that thing? Whatever it is, it's gotta die. You gotta attack either the face or the legs, but be careful because at any moment it can sit down and squish all your Pikmin or stick its tongue out and slurp them up. And sometimes he launches himself into the air. You've gotta be kidding me. They literally combined the worst enemies in the game and made it into the final boss. Well, I'm out of Pikmin. Better run back and get some more. No joke, this fight lasted an entire day and I went through all of my Pikmin. He's so close, dang it. Well, this isn't gonna happen. Reload my save file, try again, and yes! Take that, you abomination! And find the Eternal Fire Source, where Chaos then shows up and summons evil clones of Flameslayer, Sunburn, and Eruptor. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. You also die from bottomless pits, getting crushed, whatever just happened there, and another one we'll get to later. The boss fight is a Dodongo, a dinosaur that, according to this old man, dislikes smoke. So you should use the candle, right? Nope, you have to place bombs in front of him so he'll eat them, or place a bomb near him to cloud him in smoke, and then stab him with the sword. And Squawks the parrot, who illuminates this one level and is never seen again. I'd say Winky is the most useful, since the extra height makes it easier to take out enemies and avoid large gaps. Rambi's a close second, though. Ungarde is good, but you have to line up his nose perfectly or the hit doesn't register. Espresso honestly just kept getting me killed. And Squawks is only on one level. You have to use these rockets to blow up the chainsaws, and you know what that means? More waggling.
Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and I've always had a fascination with RPGs, and I recently discovered a service that will send some to you. I just got here, so let's check it out. Should have read the fine print. Ape Escape is a blast. If you can get your hands on this game, give it a shot. It's tons of fun, and I would love to see the series make a return someday. But for now, I'm just gonna go to this new amusement park that opened up nearby. I even got a coupon for a free roller coaster ride. Yeah, dang it.
Some walls have to be destroyed with the rocks that yellow Pikmin hold, others have to be knocked down by your army. And look at how long this takes. You get the Reflex Bell by returning a kidnapped child who's hidden in a random area. Okay, that's just funny.
But fan favorite sequels don't just sprout up out of nowhere, do they, T? Yeah, he gets it.
5 minutes of sheep torture later, and Arbo takes you to the Falling Forest.
Next up is Metropolis Zone, and this level can
This is hands down the worst level in the game. It is home to some of the cheapest and most bullshit level design and enemy placement I have ever seen. It's impressive how well known this Italian plumber is. I mean, name one person who's never heard of Mario.
I said name one.
And remember how I said there was another method of dying? That would be drowning. Anyone who's played this game knows this infamous music. It's so sudden, and it's horrifying, and if you don't get air by the time the counts, use this pickaxe to smash the rocks, which means more waggling! He also makes this smug face when he stands idle, and it's just aggravating. He looks like that creepy dude who's always checking people out on the subway. And this area with some water stuff where...
What was that?
Reach the end, and this guy tells you how far you are from the castle.
Well, that was pointless.
You also have to deal with this game's wonky jumping physics and just baffling level design. Like, seriously, what idiot put this here? How do I get out? I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck, and now all my health is gonna drain. Get up there, get the hell up there! Oh, so I just have to use the enemy's knockback to get out. Great. Oh yeah, this game has knockback, and it sucks. Whichever characters have the higher skill level are granted faster speed so they can catch up to you if they fall behind. So while you might fall all the way to last place and have no chance of getting back in first, your opponent will have no trouble getting back up. So unless they get pelted constantly, you're always one slight mistake away from falling into second, third, or even fourth place. I know they did this so that the game's still challenging, even if you're great at it, but this isn't a fun and fair challenge. It just makes the Grand Prix really frustrating.
Most of the figures are fairly cheap online, especially the ones from the first game. Which is good, because some of the ones from later games, yeah, I guess I don't need that kidney.
What sucks the most is that the majority of the challenge for this game comes from the controls.
Don't blame the controls.
I will blame the controls, you sick piece of pork, because they are the main reason I keep dying. These controls are f***ing terrible.
They just don't work well. I've had so many times where I tried to stop and Sonic just kept going, awkward momentum, and sometimes the jump button doesn't do a goddamn thing. And I might be able to get around that if I could actually stop. One thing I haven't mentioned is that you can collect these Link dolls for an extra life. I don't know why, but that image is just funny to me.
Mario started the same way all legends start. Fighting a giant ape.
And speaking of death, Sonic and Chara have lines they say at specific points of the level, and they repeat these lines every single time you die.
I can carry it using my magic. 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 I can carry it using my magic.
Shut up! And if you run fast enough, this little P meter will fill up, which means you can fly for a short period of time.
What? You've never seen a raccoon fly by flapping its tail before?
I'd say we go with Congo Jungle.
Too much jungle, not enough Congo.
Oh, relax. We can just try them all.
Can we go that long without food?
Alright, I got this thing of peanuts here. Anyone want some?
These are packing peanuts.
I knew I should have read the whole label.
When you finally reach the Dragon Lord, he gives you the offer to join him. You know what? Sure, that sounds like a sweet deal. Wait, what?
Okay, so you can't actually join him in this version. That's disappointing.
Once you get past him, you find a toad and discover the princess is in another castle. Great. Oh, son of a b- Oh, hold on, wait, what?
Wait, so the hot dog kills me, but the ice cream doesn't? Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter.
And my god, what is it with this game and unpredictable garbage? From tiny projectiles you can barely see, to beginner straps, to unavoidable damage, and what the hell was that? The enemy was off screen! And how did that projectile go that far? One is Samus. The sprite is very weirdly proportioned, and that has to be one of the weirdest walk cycle animations I have ever seen. What is this?
If you are saving your game information for later play, you must hold in the reset button on the control deck while turning off the power. Failure to do so may result in the loss of your stored game information. Huh. Well, that would have been good to know earlier.
Yes, bow down before me, you fools! I will destroy everything on my path! Dang it. Okay, let's try that again. Dang it. Alright, this time I'll— oh, come on! Finally, that took way longer than it should have. So after wandering around this cave, I found the Lyre of Ire. What the hell is that? Oh, it's the Silver Heart. Why isn't it just called the Silver Heart? So instead of a climactic fight between two former friends that leads all across the planet, it's essentially them just running through this base trying not to get killed. You wanna know the story of this game? A group of aliens called the Woolies, set out to steal Earth's yarn balls as it's the source of their life. After using their fiber optic yarnoscope, they discover Bubsy Bobcat's enormous yarn stash and twin queens of the Woolies, Polly and Esther. There's the occasional graphical glitch and the very rare instance where that can happen. The High Road.
This level sucks.
It's road to nowhere, but even shittier. Larger gaps, more boxes, more pigs, more slippery platforms, more braking panels, everything to make this level worse. You also have to bounce on these turtles, and you can unintentionally strand yourself. It even starts out awful with having 4 boxes that you have to find by jumping on these hidden platforms. Are you kidding me? And yes, I know you can jump on the ropes, but that's not as easy as it sounds. This level is fucking awful, and the only reason I didn't get a game over is because I had 80 lives. The High Road. After you kill it, one of the 7 world rings appears.
Wait, so if Eraser's minion had the ring, why does Sonic still need to collect it? We're supposed to be getting them for Eraser. He already has it.
Don't question this game's logic.
Fuck you.
Just avoid the Game Boy Advance version like the plague. Slow down and screen crunch. I will leave it at that.
What was that? Aliens. Maybe I should have been a bit more polite with my space message.
Also, you can get hit by projectiles and enemies as you're going through the door. Why?
You should not be able to get hit while you're going through the door!
Once you empty a section from his health meter, you have to jump on him and rip out one of his tubes. That came out wrong. You then come across this horribly placed hammer brother. Don't try to kill it. Wait until he jumps and run under, jump over the lava. Dang it. Olimar once again tries to escape, and yep, that's what I thought. The pigmen then carry his dead body back to the onion and create an Olimar pigman. This is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen in my entire life. It doesn't really matter to me though, since the Switch Online service has the same benefits as the Mega Man Legacy Collection, save states, and the rewind feature.
I don't care. If it wasn't for these, I would be losing my mind right now. This doesn't make the game easier, it just makes it faster.
I'd say the odds of getting true Jedi on this level are about 3,720 to 1. The metal blades are hands down the best of them all. They're big, strong, have tons of ammo, and can be aimed in all 8 directions.
Why can Mega Man shoot buzzsaws in 8 separate directions, but not his standard arm blaster? Who knows? Who cares?
And when you finally vanquish your foe, you get one of the most sweet, soul-fillingly satisfying screens in video game history. This screen alone makes me want to destroy everything, and it should do the same with you. You don't want to let your country down, do you?
Even with its rough spots, I really enjoy Sonic 2. I had a lot of fun, and it proves that adding a sidekick can go a long way. Isn't that right, T? Huh. Well, good thing I was prepared for this. Everyone please give a warm welcome to my new sidekick, my pet rock, Jerry. Rats.
Enemies in this game can swarm you, and in later areas, particularly Kraid's lair, they do so much damage you will likely die in 2 to 3 hits. And health pickups are so infrequent and barely give you any health back. So you either have to spend 10 to 20 minutes farming for health, or just run in and die over and over and over again. This game is just non-stop bullshit. It constantly throws things at you and expects you to deal with it. This is not how you make a game fun, it just makes it infuriating. Combination of not being able to see what's ahead and the fact that you die in only 1 hit makes this game a goddamn nightmare. What the fuck?
How was I supposed to avoid that? How? What?
Yes, I beat Rainbow Road! And there's the credits. Let's just make sure it went through and then I...
You unlock 150cc when you beat the Special Cup. Let's try the other modes. Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and apparently monkeys are really in right now, so I'm gonna cash in on this craze by playing the most popular monkey-based game ever made. I already played that one. Did that one too. Now you're just messing with me. Alright, that'll work. Hello human beings, Power Gamer here, and wouldn't you know it, I'm stuck on an alien planet with no way of contacting help. And what horrible timing too. It's been a whole year since I started conquering games. I was gonna throw this big party and not invite anybody, it was gonna be great. But now I'm stuck in the middle of this random planet. Fortunately, this planet doubles as a large power outlet, so I can still play games. But unfortunately, I seem to have misplaced my box, and all my stuff got scattered around. The only things I could find were my Wii, my Skylander collection, and a copy of Skylanders Giants. Well, guess there's only one thing to do.
It also has the strongest enemies in the game. These birds that shoot fire at you, and these bird knights that are just like the Iron Knuckles, only they constantly jump and follow you across the screen. Come on, come on. No! You've gotta be kidding me! Now I have to go through that whole thing again. Hold on, wait, what?
I'm back at the Great Palace. I mean, I'm happy about that, but why couldn't it have been like that the rest of the game?
So, after doing some research, since this game was originally on the Famicom disk system, it was made on a disc with two sides. Side A had the entire game up to the Great Palace, and Side B had just the Great Palace. Since they didn't want to have people flipping the disc over every time they got a game over, they just made it reset to the start of the Great Palace, and the international version kept that. Which is fine by me, because if I had to trek all the way through this with every game over, I'd lose my mind.
And let me tell you, Smoke Bomb is the one I certainly got the most use out of. It saved my Tuckus on more occasions than I can count on my hands. Thanks to the different shots and charms you can equip, these two Chalice children can stand up to anything in their path, as long as you have the skills necessary to deal with them.
Sudden Dragon! He's weak to the quick boomerang, and you better be careful because a single hit can lead to instant death. Also, there's this bright flash every time you hit him.
This was a bad day to get epilepsy.
The hero claims he wants to build his own kingdom and leaves to do so, but not before Princess Gwaylin asks to come along. Nah, I'm good. I want to do this on my own. I said no. No! No! Okay, I guess this also isn't actually an option. Fine. Mushroom Cup, down. Eh, not the worst. There's the Flower Cup. It was a pain, but whatever. Star Cup! No! Come on! You've got to be kidding me! It doesn't matter how well you play, the slightest mistake can you over. You, you, you! You know what? This game stinks. Yeah, I said it, it stinks. I don't care if the battle mode can have some enjoyment. Grand Prix is miserable, and if it wasn't on the SNES Classic, I'd want to break the thing. A game with controls this heavy should not have so many turns that are this sharp!
The first two acts end when you pass the sign, and if you have at least 50 rings when you beat them, you can jump into this giant ring which takes you to a bonus level, and what the hell is going on here? In the heart of the vault, they find Eddie and are attacked by these unholy abominations. Well, he's dead.
It sucks. But where did this infamous animal come from?
Hell. Well, that's about it. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you all. I hope you all enjoy it, and I hope you all get that special gift you've been hoping for. Hey, what's this? Sweet! This'll be perfect for the coffee table I'm making!
After this opening level, we see that later on, the Giants confronted the Archean Robot King and removed the source of his power, the Iron Fist of Arcus. This resulted in the entire robot army shutting down, proving that maybe an all-powerful army should have more than one power source. And third is these mantis guys called Slicers, which aren't too bad in of themselves. They shoot these blades at you, and after that, they just stand there. The problem is they're everywhere, and they're placed in such cheap and shitty locations that many times damage is completely unavoidable. I hate these assholes. Navarro then tries to steal the statue, but Nate chases after him and winds up on his boat, leading to the final boss, if you can even call it that.
Here's how the final section goes.
Kill these 3 enemies and avoid the sniper you literally can't kill, grab some ammo, kill more enemies while avoiding the sniper, quick time event dodge this crate, kill enemies while avoiding the sniper again, reach Navarro, avoid his gunshots while moving to other cover spots, run up to him, quick time events, run up to him again, quick time events, and he's down. But there's one more level that was added in the Insane Trilogy as free DLC, Stormy Ascent, a level that was cut from the original game because it was deemed too hard by the developers. It's a harder version of Slippery Climb, that's all I need to say, and you bet I played this level. I actually enjoyed this more than the High Road, it felt a lot more fair and satisfying, aside from this jump right here. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Dang it! Finally! Yeah, give me that gem! You reach the Triforce of Courage and are greeted by Dark Link. He mimics your every move, your health and magic are not restored, and if you get a game over, you have to do the entire palace all over again. No thank you.
Now we move on to the second part of the Inkwell Isles, and we're greeted by Baroness von Bonbon, a sugary sovereign who sends her loyal subjects to destroy you, an erupting gumball machine, a chomping jawbreaker, a crazy candy corn, a winged waffle, and a bouncing cupcake. Eventually, she just sicks her whole castle at you. That's a new one.
Hello, human beings. Power Gamer here. And you know, I've never really been the best at socializing. I mean, why would I? I'm someone who owns Chicken Range on Nintendo Switch. So, I bought some topic cards that might help me out in my next social event. Let's see, the weather, recent movies, politics, Super Mario Bros. 2. Oh, that sounds good.
A dragon named Flavius asks you to help after the Dragon King Ramses was overthrown by his evil brother Vathek. Because all you have to do to become King of Dragon's Peak is sit on the throne. Might need a better system there, buddy.
Sonic's first outing is alright, but it's not something I see myself going back to anytime soon. However, he did inspire me to live my life as fast as possible, and because of that, my court hearing is next Thursday.
Eventually he goes down and locks himself in this room that you need all 7 rings to open, and credits? Wait, what? The game's not over. Why is it showing the credits?
Whatever. Can I skip it? I can't skip it. Why can't I skip it? Well, that's 5 minutes of my life I'm never getting back.
But you have all the right weapons, so you should be fine. Wait, Metal Man gets one shot by his own weapon? These things really are busted. But you don't actually have to use the items. In multiplayer, you can turn them off and make things more skill-based. But I personally prefer to leave them on, since it makes the game more interesting. It also makes it so the same person isn't winning over and over again.
Sorry, it's not an official Smash Bros. Match without items turned off.
So, to be official, we have to ignore one of the game's core mechanics?
Makes sense to me. If you're not playing competitively, then why play at all?
My game, my rules. We're playing with items on.
Alright, fine, but Mag, that's your bill.
Batman Arkham Asylum is awesome. I had a blast playing this game, and I highly recommend it if you're a Batman fan, and even if you aren't, since it's still a great game regardless. While it does have the occasional issue here and there, I still had a really great time playing it. It really makes you feel like you're Batman. Just don't take this as an inspiration to try and actually become Batman in real life. Last time I tried that, I woke up at some dude's basement.
After being defeated by Mega Man, Dr. Wily has returned and created his own set of robot masters to help him take over the world. I wonder why he was able to do that. There's one giant for each element, giving us a total of 8.
Do I really have to do this again? Fine. Ninjini, Crusher, Thumpback, Hothead, Bouncer, Eyebrow, Swarm, and Tree-Rex. I love that name.
But there's also 8 new core Skylanders as well. Jeez.
Pop Fizz, Flashwing, Chill, Hot Dog, Sprocket, Fright Rider, Jetvac, and Shroom Boom.
Peppy the Clown, the only clown more dangerous than Mr. Gacy.
And Ridley, you just shoot with missiles while avoiding his attacks, and wow, that was pathetically easy.
Dragon Quest has aged a bit, but it still has some charm. If you're not already into RPGs, this probably won't do anything to change your mind, but if you are, I think this is worth playing, if for no other reason than to see how the genre essentially got its start. The combat is really simple, but I still think it can be pretty fun. The remaster's $5, and it only takes about 6 hours to get through the game, so if you have some time to kill, give it a shot. What the?
Our world is in danger, and we need you to stop it. Travel across the land and collect the magical artifacts to slay the evil monster.
Nah, I'm good.
However, you can't use these until you master them. What does that mean? You need a certain number of hearts. How would you know this without some sort of guide? Scrap Brain Zone, you don't actually have a boss fight here. Instead, it takes you to Final Zone. And the award for most creative title for a final level goes to... not this. The game's design is pretty much trying to combine the dense platforming levels of Mario with the high-speed gameplay of Sonic.
And you're probably thinking, that couldn't work. And you're absolutely right, it doesn't.
The levels are filled with all kinds of things to interact with. There's things you can build, things you can break, innocent bystanders you can kill, all kinds of stuff. Not a big fan of the second act, though, since it has all this purple water, and you know what that means. Alright, let's start the race, and if it looks like it's oddly cropped, that's because of this. One batarang to the face later, and she's safe. That is until an explosion kills her and Joker gains the Titan Serum.
That man is not having a good night.
And the worst part about them is, they never change. You hear the same one every single time you die for each level.
Next time, I get a stun cat. Is there a veterinarian in the audience.
If we're lucky, no.
Sonic then runs off, and if you got all the Chaos Emeralds, he uses them to grow some plants. Was it worth it?
No. Although I must admit, I'm a little concerned about where Crash keeps these things. What was that?
The specimen has been located at last. We were wondering what happened to you.
Wait a minute, I know you. You're the aliens that abducted me last Halloween.
Surprised you recognized us after your probing.
What do you want? Are you still upset that I didn't like Metroid very much?
Oh, no, we have far greater plans for you, but I'm afraid your feeble mind can't comprehend them.
Well, if my mind can't, maybe my foot can.
Your foot? We'll be back.
Jigglypuff from Pokemon, Luigi from Mario, Captain Falcon from F-Zero, and Ness from Earthbound. Or as most people knew them, Jigglypuff, Luigi, this dude, and some kid. Now, in the last game, he already gathered the Triforce of Wisdom and took the Triforce of Power from Ganon, but he needs to collect the Triforce of Courage in order to awaken her. Where was the Triforce of Courage in the last game? Beats me. I don't know why it does this, but at least after the train, you don't hear Bubsy's quips, which makes this my favorite area in the game. This is the first Mario Kart game, and good God does it feel like it, because ugh, these controls! You can click down the left stick to crawl, which lets you sneak up on monkeys, making them easier to catch since they won't run away if they don't see you. It doesn't always work, but it can be pretty satisfying to do it successfully. Gotcha! Also, you have to feed this Goyra a piece of bait in order to progress. This is literally the only time the bait is needed in the entire game, and Grumble Grumble is not exactly helpful. Finally is the forest area. These levels suck. There are so many leaps of faith and way too many moments where enemies just come right out of nowhere. I hate these levels. Fuck them! And I think a lot of people know the famous slime enemy. Aw, just look at how cute they are.
Almost makes you feel bad about killing them. Almost. Crash Bandicoot is a bit rough. Like Sonic and Mega Man, it took a couple entries for the series to really find its footing, but I still had a decent time with it. If you do play this game though, make sure it's the remaster. It's better in almost every single way. I just wish it didn't trick me into thinking Bandicoots have gems inside of them, because now I'm not allowed at the Cincinnati Zoo anymore.
You can't just jump on enemies in this game. The only way to kill them is to jump, wait for this target reticle to turn red, and then you can home in on them to kill them. This is kind of annoying, because depending on the angle you can go from, the camera can spin around, and it's really disorienting. I just really hope this isn't tied to some stupid motion-based action where you have to thrust the Wii Remote forward and some enemies take multiple hits to kill, so you have to do it repeatedly, son of a bitch. There's also a bunch of area hazards, mainly lava that slowly drains your health and for some reason is insanely hard to jump out of. I am pressing the button as hard as I can. Why can't I get out of here?
You'll have to beat them in about 2 minutes. Do 3 perfect parries, 6 supreme super moves, and not get hit a single time. Go ahead and try it if you feel the need to prove yourself, but to me that sounds about as fun as taking a leisurely stroll off a bridge. This is one of the hardest games I've ever played in my lovely little life. You're gonna go through hell and back to hell if you want to beat this bad boy. Trial and error is the name of the game if the name wasn't already Cuphead. But no matter how hard these fights are, the game knows how to keep you coming back for more. It feels fair through and through, and you're gonna be hooked until those bosses bite the dust.
Almost every Skylander from before got a Series 2, except Voodoo, Dynarang, Whamshell, Sunburn, Boomer, Ghost Roaster, Warnado, and Camo. Sorry, boys. Apparently, you can flick the Wii Remote left and right to switch rails, but I tried it multiple times and it didn't do jack shit.
You're clearly just not doing it right.
Shut up before I turn you into bacon!
Okay, fine.
My least favorite, though, is easily Jigglypuff. Her main gimmick is her down special, where she falls asleep and sends anyone touching her flying. Problem is, it's insanely picky on how close you have to be, and more often than not, you just wind up a sitting duck.
Hey, don't go dissing the Puff.
Yeah, sleeping is a great strategy. I do it about 27 times a day.
How do you do that? And it's here we get to see one of the most beautiful things you have ever witnessed.
He refuses to give in to the serum, so Joker injects himself with it and turns into...
Okay, that's just ridiculous.
Then if you beat the game fast enough, you get to see the truth. Samus is actually a girl.
What a twist! Uncharted is a solid game. While it has the occasional issue, and the other games in the series are probably better, it's still a fun time. If you've never played it before, I think you should give it a shot. And if you have, maybe give it a revisit. I just really wish it didn't have all those moments where it goes dark. Does anyone actually like it when that stuff happens? Ah, crap.
But But that hard work more than paid off, as upon its release on September 29th, 2017, it took off, selling over 1 million copies in its first week and receiving more praise than they knew what to do with. It was beloved by many, won loads of awards, and even managed to receive one of them fancy-dancy talking picture shows on the Netflix. Now that's a story we can all be inspired by. I played this game myself and I absolutely loved it. So come with me and see what makes this game such a dapper dandy.
You have to grab these vegetables and throw them at him when his mouth is open while avoiding the bubbles he shoots at you. I guess that's one way to get your kids to eat their veggies.
So you really want to make sure you get as much done as possible because you don't want to have to waste an entire day getting one item you missed in an area. I say this from experience. And unfortunately, this game controls exactly like the first game, so that means it's still a bit awkward and slippery. Why did I fall off? I wasn't moving. There's a lot of button mashing in this game, so get used to it. Boba goes down here just as easily as he did in the movie. Don't worry, he's fine.
So why does nobody play it anymore?
Well, that's likely because Mario Kart is a series that gradually gets better as it goes along, while simultaneously being one of the most nostalgia-biased series ever. What do I mean by that? Well, just ask someone what their favorite Mario Kart game is. If they don't say it's whatever the newest one is at the time, it's whichever one they grew up with. Or Double Dash.
Crash can be almost as durable as Bubsy, because he dies in only one hit. I say almost because not only is there no fall damage in this game, suck it, you flea bag.
And didn't somebody call for some chipper and classy music? Well, you're in luck, because these are some toe-tapping tunes that can bring a smile to anyone's face. You're never fully dressed without one, you know?
There's even items that can contain more items inside of it, like a capsule, a crate, and even a barrel, and those can explode too.
Why did that barrel explode? It's not red.
What did I say about questioning the game? I'm charging you for this.
Oh, just put it on my tab.
Aren't I the one paying for this?
I know I'm not. I'm broke. Why do you think I'm robbing this place?
And this mission in Dinosaur Jungle, where you have to bring 4 eggs to different nests, took me half an hour. If you die, the eggs reset, so you have to do it in one go. And the worst part is, it's not even mandatory, so it was a complete waste of my time. Oh my god, this game is terrible.
You think you can hit me with a slow attack like that?
With these controls, yes. Now what?
I told you we'd be back.
Look, I don't care why you want me. Just let me find my box so I can go home.
Oh, you're not going anywhere. Our king has plans for you. What did I tell you about exposing our plans to prisoners?
Then tell me where my box is before I stomp on you again.
Oh, we don't know where that thing is. We just came to capture you.
Then go away.
We don't have time to listen to you, you ripoff.
Ripoff?
Yeah, this whole game review thing. You're just copying what other people do.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, sure. Keep telling yourself that.
Piss off.
Ow!
He does so and gets ambushed by abominations. Lots of abominations. Way too many abominations. Seriously, these things are freaking everywhere and it's so dark you can barely see them. They are easily the worst enemies in the game. They're insanely fast and can kill you in only 2 hits. They are awful and I hate them.
Boots, which let you pull a Jesus, but only in certain places.
Well, I don't see myself playing this game again. I am glad I finally decided to see it all the way through. I did not enjoy having to play through a majority of it twice, but I guess you have to deal with that sometimes. Either way, it's better than that other adventure I went on. That is the last time I am taking advice from an internet pop-up ad.
The giants are this game's big new gimmick, and besides a few extra abilities, they don't feel that different to me.
Maybe that's why I originally skipped this game as a kid, but thankfully it does keep the most important element of the original: sheep torture.
But the biggest issue with the controls is the turning. Your cart feels insanely heavy, and so many of these turns are really sharp. You can drift by holding one of the shoulder buttons, but it still feels awkward. I almost always end up going off course, slamming into a wall, or falling off the edge. And since this game only requires you to move the joystick, you don't actually need the second half of the controller, which is good for me. Sonic says some bullshit about a bunch of emotions, and
might even open the gates of hell!
Holy shit! Sonic just said gates of hell.
Yeah, and you'll be going there in due time.
What?
Nothing.
After you take him out, his ship is destroyed, and Crash rescues Tawna. Unless you built the gem bridge, in which case the two of them fly off on a bird, which begs the question, why didn't Tawna just fly away in the first place?
After many attempts and lots of tears, I finally beat these Oh, don't you talk to me like that, you son of a I'm the one who did all the work because you're made of tissue paper! You! Once you reach the end of the trail, you find out Joker killed Frank. Hate it when that happens. While there are 30 items in the game, you only need 25 items in order to return home. Now, this means which 25 items you get don't matter, right? Right? Nope, you have to get 25 specific items in order to get the good ending. 5 of the items are optional, but the game doesn't tell you which ones are which.
Moving on to Dungeon 3, the Manji. Don't ask me why it looks like that, I didn't design it. The game was based on the Star Wars prequel films and was released for the GameCube, PlayStation 2, and original Xbox on March 29th, 2005, before the third prequel film was even released. That must have been interesting.
And I think Nate's gonna get PTSD from this.
He must have a higher body count than most war veterans. At the end of the Great Palace, you have to fight the Thunderbird, which can only be damaged after you use the Thunder spell, which not only means you probably won't have enough magic to use heal during the fight, but it also means you can't win if you didn't get the Thunder spell. Yeah, just like the Silver Arrows in the last game.
Now that's what I call a game story, my fruitful friends. The stakes are made clear and it gets straight to the point. Only you can help the poor boys save their souls from the Prince of Darkness himself.
So once you get to the exit, you have to take out Croc, and...
Well, that was anticlimactic. Oh, come on!
You're coming with us this time.
Ow!
Nice try. We were prepared for that.
It'd be sad if you weren't.
That's what you get for just rehashing the same idea.
Ugh, this again?
Yes, this again. You're just doing the same thing over and over again, and most of that is stuff other people have done before.
I don't think anyone else absorbs games into a rock.
Whatever, nobody cares about what you do anyway. Now, we're taking you, and there's nothing you can do about it, so give up or I'm gonna blast you with this laser gun.
Hey, that thing looks pretty cool. Can I see it for a sec?
Yeah, sure. You do. That's it. You're gonna regret ever messing with us.
What do they know? I'm not just some ripoff. Right?
Sally Stageplay is a theater actress who attacks you while still entertaining the audience. The show must go on, after all.
And blue Pikmin can't drown. Yes, you heard me correctly, drown. Pikmin can die in a large number of brutal ways. They can drown, get eaten, burned, squished, and even blown up.
This game is surprisingly disturbing. I like it.
Gabriel forces Nate to hand over the map, shoots Sully, and almost kills Nate before he runs off and finds Elena.
Don't ask how she got there.
They say laughter is contagious, but hers is quite dangerous. And in the end, she turns into a menacing moon, complete with her own UFOs. Good luck sleeping tonight, little Timmy.
Thankfully, most of the challenge is pretty fair, so usually it feels like it's my fault when I die, not the result of some cheap garbage. Well, that is except for moments like this. And this. And this. And this. And this. Okay, maybe this game isn't as fair as I thought.
If you are curious though, pick up the Legacy Collection and give it a shot. You'll probably have a good time. You'll certainly have a better time than that internet date I went on last week.
You look a little different from your picture. Luigi can jump higher than Mario, but he has worse traction, so he slides around a lot. I do not recommend picking Luigi. Blaster characters are better at a distance, but if they're right next to an enemy, they'll punch them, slap them, or in the case of Chewbacca, rip their arms off.
These developers care. Thanks for coming back to play with me, T. Alright, fine. Here's your money. Now, it's time for me to beat 150cc.
And then it's revealed that it was all a dream. Ah yes, the most cliche plot twist ever. I'll take it over some poorly translated text. But those aren't the only upgrades you get. When you beat enough stages, you get 3 items you can use. Kinda like that beam thing from the first game. Item 1, Item 2, and Item 3. Did the guy who was supposed to name these things get hit by a bus? There's always an old woman that can restore your magic, an old man that can teach you a spell, and a woman that takes you inside her house and restores your health.
What?
We made it to the final boss, and of course it plays 7 rings in hand. This final boss is fucking awful. You have to shake the Wii remote to fill the soul gauge and avoid these orbs, slashes, and black holes. When it's full, he shoots a ball of light at you, and you have to use speed or time break to send it back at him, run up to him, and shake the Wii remote to attack. His attacks can be stupidly hard to avoid, and you have to shake the Wii remote to attack fast for most of the fight. My arms were insanely sore, and the attacks can just come out of nowhere. This fight alone took me 45 minutes. It was murder on my arms. Shops usually sell the same items, but at different prices. So you want to find the ones with the lowest price for the item you want. How do you do this? Check every single one or
fill in the blank.
Treetop Trouble, another run and gun where you go through these trees, and the loving, innocent forest critters simply want you dead. Probably because you just broke into their home, you monster.
Now we need to repair the ship again and land in Wilkin Village, a village populated by these creepy wooden puppets.
I am not kidding when I say this is one of the most unsettling levels in any video game I have ever played.
You have to activate these machines to switch between realms, much like the Darklight Crypt. In our realm, the Wilkin don't move and everything is just a picture, but in their realm, everything comes to life. And moving or not, these things are freaky. And then he starts shooting cannonballs at you. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it! Also, this part with the blocks stinks because, really? Alright, after all that I finally got to the special cup. Screw you, you're a this, that wasn't that bad. Rainbow Road, here we go again. Yeah, baby, there it is. I know I complained about Sonic having unpredictable garbage, but I might have to rethink that statement because this is insane. So many of my deaths came from things that were off-screen.
You're gonna want as many hearts as possible because in the end, King Dice launches a wave of cards at you and you have to parry the pink ones. It's super hard to avoid, unless this glitch happens where no cards come out, allowing you to take him out with ease. I beat him before. I don't feel bad about it.
Once you arrive, we get one of the most important moments in the entire game.
Flynn, Kelly, Emmett, and, of course, Hot Dog.
This is literally the only time in the entire series where a character actually addresses your Skylander by its name instead of just Skylander. It's honestly kind of shocking the first time you hear it.
Carl, you hear me? Run! He's probably too fat to chase you.
Oh great, this game has body shaming. Even random things like this little cart. This did not need to be in the game, but I'm very happy it is. I went to the town of Rimmelsdar where you can walk in on a woman changing. Yeah, might want to lock your door.
But hey, I finally got to cash in on the big monkey craze. Let's see what everyone else is saying about it. Dang it, they all moved on to kangaroos. This also makes it so you don't have to beat every single level in the game, but I'm assuming you didn't come here for a 15-minute analysis on an overworld map, and if you did, you clearly have nothing better to do with your free time. So let's get into the actual gameplay.
Like the last game, all there is the final boss. And also like the last game, there are no rings. Seriously, why do they keep doing this? Collecting 1 lets you take an extra hit, collecting 2 lets you take 2 extra hits, and collecting 3 makes you completely invincible, run faster, and plays this awesome tune. Here you meet the ancestors of the Mabu from the last game, as well as this dude named Gigantus, who shows you how to throw boulders and smash holes in the ground. After that, we never see him again. I'll just assume he's dead. Now, the color gems themselves act the same as the gray ones, but the Insane Trilogy kept it so that you can't die if you want to get them. And let me tell you, there is nothing worse than making it all the way to the end and then screwing up, forcing you to restart the whole stage all over again. Because some of these levels are not only really hard, but others are pretty freaking long.
Wow, are you still playing this thing?
Don't remind me. And since I've been talking about it for the past 10 minutes, it'll make a great conversation piece at my next social event.
1 event later.
Yeah, probably wasn't the best topic for an AA meeting.
On top of that, whenever you die, the airship flies to somewhere else in the overworld and you have to chase after it.
Okay, seriously, who thought that was a good idea? That's not a fun gameplay mechanic, it's just an annoying waste of time.
Man only interested in the climax.
Oh my.
Turns out a bunch of Mulkin citizens are being forced to work for Chaos's drilling robot named Drill X, who apparently sings. And it's true, because once you reach Drill X, he throws down some killer beats. This level has probably my favorite music in the game. Not only does it feel ominous, but you can hear the beat to Drill X's songs in it. The only missions you actually need to beat are the ones that progress the story, which are the ones that give you new areas, cutscenes, and world rings. Problem is, the game says nothing about which ones are mandatory and which ones are optional, so you can spend a ton of time trying to beat one level, only to discover you didn't actually need to beat it. Thank you, Internet.
Hey, that's cheating.
It's not cheating if it's optional.
Boss time, Koala Kong. A koala that's the perfect example of why you should never skip leg day. You can also grab items to slow the opponents down, and you use them with the A button. This might be a problem. Wily begs for forgiveness again, and Mega Man presumably just leaves him again, because that worked so well the last time.
You face off against this genie who seems to only grant the wishes of your hospital wanting to charge you. This is why you don't go messing with genies, little ones.
But wait, you're not done. You didn't do every mission.
I don't care. I beat the final boss. We're done here.
Oh no, you're not.
What the fuck? What the Alright, I'm done messing around. It's time to show you what this thing can really do. What the? Who are you?
I am the king of this planet, ruler of all, and I hold the most noble of names, Steve.
Steve?
Yes, does it not instill fear within you?
No, on my planet, that's like the most generic name ever.
Well, we're not on your planet, are we?
Okay, fair enough. So, why am I here?
I sent my minions to abduct you.
Why?
Because you're a joke.
What?
You're a joke. You're not doing anything new or exciting. You're just doing the same thing countless other people are doing. You're a sham. Just repeating stuff you've already seen done. You even repeat yourself half the time.
Then why did you abduct me last Halloween?
To spy on you, I had my minions place a probe in your brain.
Well, that explains the migraines.
Only through that probe did we see how pathetic and worthless you truly are. Thus, we could abduct you, and no one would know or care that you were gone.
I don't care.
What?
I said that I don't care if you think I'm a ripoff or a copycat or whatever, because I'm not. I have my own style, my own personality, and my own opinions. I'm not rehashing what someone else has done. I literally just spent 20 minutes talking about a kid's game from 10 years ago barely anybody cares about anymore. No one else does that. Plus, I like what I'm doing. I'm having fun, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Even if no one else cares about it, I'm enjoying what I do, and I'm gonna make you regret ever messing with me.
What are you gonna do? Use that jewel of yours to go all gold and sparkly like before, rehashing the same idea? Oh wait, you can't even do that because you don't have it.
Lights out! In the words of Captain Flynn, boom! And that is pretty much all there is to the original Super Smash Bros.
Great, now here's your bill.
Alright, fine. Wait, where's my wallet?
No idea.
Relax, I'll just send you an invoice. Is that last name 310? First name Power? Middle name Gamer? Or is the last name Gamer, first name Power, the 310?
Neither.
Whatever, I'll just put down Zav.
Hey, that's my name.
Perfect, then you pay.
What the? Why are you in my house? Gotta go. Sonic and the Secret Rings is terrible. The level design is bland, the gameplay is repetitive, and the controls are absolutely abysmal. This is one of the worst games I have ever played in my entire life. It was mediocre at best, horrible at worst. Do not play this game, and do not be friends with anyone who forces you to play it.
I'm sorry.
And would you look at that? My box. I'll just pop all that stuff back in. And now I can finally use this remote. I designed it to transport my box back to where it normally goes in case of an emergency. Watch! Huh. Probably should have been inside the box. Now what? Oh, a portal. That's convenient.
Are you sure that thing's gonna work?
Of course. I am a portal master after all.
That's just in the game.
Well, I don't have any other options, so shut up. Here we go. Well, that actually worked.
Cuphead is one hell of a time. It's dangerously difficult and frighteningly fun. Its beautiful style combined with its addictive gameplay makes it one of the finest pieces of electronic media I've ever had the pleasure of playing. Give it a go if you're up to the challenge, but for now, I must be on my merry way.